Jesus is going after this space that only he can heal. See, she's coming out to the well in the middle of the day, which means she's avoiding either the very real or perceived judgment of the other women. She has come out in the middle of the day to avoid being wounded by the stares and whispers of others. She feels dirty. She feels ashamed. She's hiding. And she's been wildly successful at avoiding that judgment and not at least seeing the whispers of others. And yet, she's not been healed. She's actually been enslaved now to her guilt and shame and sin. And Jesus, being the Savior of the world, being rich in love, engages that spot to pull it out, to heal. So if you think about it, if you think about those places that we go and hide are one of the primary hurdles to knowing Jesus personally. We hide these places in our heart as though Jesus doesn't know them. We have these hurdles ourselves. We struggle ourselves to believe, because I think you can have an impersonal relationship with Christ and be a Christian. What affects your intimacy with Jesus is the fact that you've got some very real struggles that you won't voice to him as though he doesn't already know. Like, that's what's so crazy about this text. Jesus knows when he says, go get your husband. He's not taken off guard. He knows what he's doing. He's going after this spot that she doesn't want anyone to touch because it's too tender, and yet it's in the touch of Christ that it's healed. Right? It's in the touch of Christ that it's healed. It's that he's willing to lean in to the most delicate wound she has and woo her out of it. And she does what we all do. You're now at the level of the heart, which is wildly uncomfortable for us, which is why most of our relationships are impersonal. So now I just have to believe my experience, 20-something years in ministry, is that at this point, we're snot and tears. All right, you don't touch that level of woundedness without snot and tears and fear starting to grip. And so what does she do? She runs into her mind, right? Go get your husband. Don't have a husband, you're right, you have 5. The guy you're with now isn't your husband. Her response to that, I perceive that you are a prophet. And then watch what she does, because I'm telling you, this is an indictment on us. What does she do? She then goes, okay, this is too uncomfortable. We're dealing with my heart. I don't like this. I feel weird. This is too painful to deal with. So the Jews say that we are to worship on that mountain, but we say we're to worship on this one. What are you going to do? I just like, because we do it all the time, like, feelings. So I was reading Calvin's Institutes, and he said, right, it's like, I don't know, I'm not staying down here. This is weird. I'm freaked out. I feel not transparent, but vulnerable. You know, those two things aren't the same. Most of us don't have a problem in being transparent because that's kind of cool, authentic. But vulnerability, that's something altogether different, and nobody likes that. It feels weird. So she runs into her mind. So which mountain is it? And then I love it. Jesus just answers. Neither that mountain nor that mountain. The true worshipers will worship him in spirit and truth. And that day is today.